Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm talking Summer House Season 8. This is episode 2. All right, this was very big episode, I think, compared to episode 1. I kind of thought episode 1, like, yeah, we're getting back into things. Thought it was a little anticlimactic, and honestly, that was probably because Lindsay and Carl were not really primarily featured on the episode. They came back this week, and man, the drama. I thought the drama for them was going to be building maybe through the season, but it literally happened the second they got into the house for the weekend. So before we get there, we still are kind of wrapping up the end of the original weekend that they go down. Um, Amanda thinks that Kyle's projecting on Paige about like the things that like are bothering him about Amanda. That he thinks that she's not going to be a good mother and all this stuff. And I mean, Kyle is just workaholic. I don't really agree with anything. He doesn't know anything. I think in this matter, he overanalyzes and worries about everything. I think as someone who has new kids, like once you have a kid, it changes your life. And I think his doubts will definitely go away because he's going to change too. I know he's working all the time, but he'll definitely change once you have a kid. It's definitely life altering and changing for the better. And I think it's just not, honestly, it doesn't even matter. Honestly, it doesn't even matter about like compared to what happens at the end. Jesse likes Paige, wants to hit on a girl with a boyfriend. I don't really see that going anywhere. Kyle and Amanda argue about how they're going to go home. Um, they have to go on a date the following day, so I think that's a Monday or and maybe I don't remember what July 4th, but it doesn't matter. Monday or Tuesday, they go on a date. They apologize, have a little bit of conversation, kind of talk about their issues. I think they got it sorted out, and I think honestly, after what happens the following weekend, they will bond probably on the things that are going on between Lindsay and Carl. That they'll probably get over all the things that they're talking about. Okay, so Lindsay and Carl, the following weekend, they are coming this weekend. They arrive to the summer house, and already they're not happy. Lindsay's not happy with the room. It's apparently they have the hot room from previous seasons. Um, Wes was trying to be, I thought, be pretty friendly about like, hey, I'm gonna take this room, kind of talk about the house. She's like, well, I've been here for multiple years, and it's just like, sheesh, okay. So they're about to go out on one of the nights, and the Lyft situation, it's all the girls except Lindsay in one Lyft, and then in the other Lyft, it's Carl, Wes, Kyle, Lindsay, and Jesse. And they don't show any of the footage from this. They're just kind of giving confessional play by play. I wonder if they're going to show this footage later or if I'm really wondering why they didn't show it. And there's got to be a reason because either something did happen or Lindsay is was like, I don't want this to be shown. Something it's strange that they didn't show the footage of this alleged incident in the cab where Lindsay's upset about being with all the guys. Like she'd be like, oh, should I have gone with the girls? Carl's like, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, it's fine, babe. Like, just it's gonna be all right. And apparently she's like, what are you on? Like, implying that what drug are you on? And as everyone knows, watching this, and if you're new to this, Carl had he kind of had an addiction problem, and at one point he was doing like cocaine at work during or even during work hours for Kyle, like while he was working for Kyle. So that was a big storyline, and I was like, when I was watching this, I was like glued to the screen. I just couldn't even believe what like she was saying, what was happening, the confessionals of the interaction. Like Amanda had to like she was drunk and she said that she even like wrote down notes or like I don't know, she took voice notes and it like transcribed into text of like what she was saying to her about Carl. And she goes home early and she's saying like even refers to Carl as cocaine Carl. And she does it more than once, which is wild. And I know like before the season, like people were speculating like why did Carl want to have the breakup on camera? And I'm wondering now, and what I saw on Reddit, because I went right to Reddit once this episode was over, because like I needed to know what the mask people thought. And that a lot of people were saying, and I can totally get behind this, is like he needed the breakup to be documented because of the way that it's possible that Lindsay could twist it or flip it or say like things that maybe didn't happen or change some of the events because I don't know why we're not seeing this footage in the cab or in the lift because I need to know the context of like how it escalated so quickly. I mean, because all the guys, Kyle, I mean, this is the first time Jesse's really been meeting these people, and he's like, it was crazy how quickly things changed and like how it escalated to what it was. And yeah, she called him Cooking Carl more than once. Referred to him having like, what do you want? Like, he was coming home and he was like, hey, we're on our way back 10 minutes from now, or we'll be home 10 minutes. Apparently he texts Lindsay right after and he's like, we can talk tomorrow when you're sober. And it's kind of crazy. Like she was definitely drunk. I mean, whenever she gets in these like things, she's usually drunk and just like not, and she doesn't really take accountability at all. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I think she's a big piece of shit. And I don't really like anything about her. I mean, I don't even like Carl that much either, but like I was feeling really bad for Carl in these moments. Like if this is what he's dealing with on a regular basis about like just situations where like she's clearly wrong, even if like I don't think he was doing anything. I nothing about what he was like implied that he was that he was talking on the phone and other people were like, he sounds stone cold sober to me. So for her to say that and accuse somebody of being not sober when she's clearly not sober herself is crazy, especially and also doubling and also like triple the amount that it's somebody who's like a recovering addict. It's just a wild thing to say. And I can totally get why Carl definitely like is worried about stuff when he's doing these confessionals. And she sleeps in another room. He's sleeping in their room. She just comes in and throws a bottle of water at him and is like, basically like, here's a water for you. And it's not like to imply that, oh, you're thirsty. Like it's definitely like sober up type of throwing the water at him. And I thought he handled the like situation fine, totally fine in the when they started arguing in the bedroom. And what's crazy is like I will watch what happens live after the fact. And Danielle's like, oh, there's more stuff that is gonna come out. Like it's 50-50, and maybe there is 50-50 things, but I don't know. I just thought that was insane, an insane thing, series of events that really just not that I want to be right about her, but I just was like, I don't like this person, and I can't believe that people like stand for this chick. She's awful. Like she's terrible in all situations. If you watch like someone who recently binged the show over the past year, um, I couldn't believe how annoying she was. Like, and when I remember watching finishing season one, and she had I don't even remember who she was arguing with, and I was like, I really hope the other girl in the if somebody needs to go, I hope it's the other girl stays and Lindsay leaves, and that obviously wasn't the case. And it it's just crazy to me. It was really just a crazy moment, and like we watched Farmer Wants a Wife and Traders US. I double screened that and at 9 o'clock, and man, I wish I didn't. I wish I focused on this show. This episode was for content purposes was way better, and I would just really like to know what the public thinks. If you're watching this video, let me know below. Like, how did you think Lindsay handled this? Like, do you think Lindsay was right in any way? Like, is there something that maybe I'm missing, or I don't know all the details of like. Obviously, this is a pre-recorded show, and we're seeing it now, so all these things happened in the past. But like, I don't dive into these things. Like, we cover a lot of TV shows here. Like, I don't want to look up. I don't want spoilers, and that's probably one of our biggest reasons why we don't really dive into like the deep stuff. And yeah, it was crazy. It really was, and I like cannot wait for next week now. Because I mean, this was only episode 2, and it's gonna. I just I don't know how it's gonna get any like they're gonna. That's like a deal breaker moment for the relationship. So we'll see. Great episode. Obviously not for Carl and like, but I mean for just watching, like it was crazy. Um, Thanks for watching. I will probably have Jersey Shore and Ready to Love at some point this weekend. I don't know if it'll be tonight. I'm gonna try to drop this one like immediately on Friday. It's around like almost 8 o'clock, but want to have this out as soon as possible. But I will talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good weekend. See you.